Okay, so the theme for this deck is to use the card Reverse Reuse, where it allows you to special summon 2 flip type monsters. Is that what they're called? Yeah, flip monsters from your graveyard to your opponent's side of the field. So the whole thing with this is to give your opponent monsters with really crappy flip effects, like Hero Shadow Scout or Fire Sorcerer. I also was trying out the Immortal of Thunder just to see if, it would do the 3,000. What is it? Basically, you increase your life points by 3,000, and then when he's sent to the graveyard, you lose 5,000. I wanted to see if they would lose the 5,000 if I special summon to their side of the field, but nope. Turns out they just gain the benefit. You lose the 5,000 life points, so it was really bad in this deck. So if you see him in a couple of duels, it's because I was trying him out to see if it worked that way. It doesn't. That's why I took him out. But Fire Sorcerer and Hero Shadow Scout are pretty nice. This one, when she's flipped up, you banish 2 random cards from your hand to inflict 800 points of damage to your opponent, which is really fun for giving to your opponent. It just destroys their hand. 2 cards is really great. And Shadow Scout, basically your opponent gets to draw 3 cards and they discard all spell cards. I do run a lot of spell cards, but still, drawing 3 cards is still really nice. I should really cut down the spell card count, but I can't really. I don't know, I probably could. I could just run a whole bunch more trap cards and monsters now that I think about it. There's no real need to run as many as I do. And then, since I didn't want to rely on just one card for giving my opponent the crappy flip effects, I also ran some creature swap, mystic boxes, and ways to flip my opponent's cards up and down with Book of Eclipse and Swords of Light, and of course Swords of Concealing Light and Dark Piercing Light. This is just to flip their monsters up and down, kind of like how you would do in the Empty Jar OTK, but for their crappy effects. It was a pretty fun deck. It's not good, but most of the FaDe decks aren't very good. I tried to supplement the crappiness of the deck with some Trap Tricks and Thunder King just to give it some good support, because I wanted to run more trap cards because I knew the Shadow Scout would discard spell cards, but I probably should have just gotten rid of the flip cards and just threw in some more trap cards, more Trap Tricks, also throw in some hands to make it somewhat viable, because those cards just work with really well in a lot of the crappy decks I make. But yeah, if I would do this deck again, I would take out a lot of the flip cards and just throw in hands instead, or some more Trap Tricks cards, since I did discard quite a bit off of Hero Shadow Scout.